Joined now once again by Slick Rick. But Marcellus, I'm going to start with you, bro, because I need to know. Is Dame Lillard getting too much hype for the Blazers playoff run?
He was not getting too much hype. He was getting the proper amount of hype before Stephon Marbury gave us that. And then now you're like, oh, come on, man, you're being excessive because not so much that he picked Dame Lillard, because Dame Lillard to me is a top 10 player in the NBA.
That's facts.
Walking
That's
into
facts.
the bubble, and maybe if he skipped the line a little bit because of his bubble performance. But what I really take issue with is that now we're going to have a timeline of criteria that's based on every 2 weeks. Hold on. The best player in the game cannot be judged incrementally on every 2 weeks, because I'm going to tell you about the top to the bottom in terms of the best players in the game.
Talk about it.
The best player in the game didn't even play this year. His name is Kevin Durant.
You're wrong there, but okay.
So the second best player hasn't played fully motivated just yet because it's not the playoffs, and that's Kawhi Leonard. The third best player is 35 years old and a beast, but he's only third. His fourth best player in this league is Anthony Davis, who's overshadowed by the third best, the GOAT. Michael Jordan, watch yourself. Steph Curry is fifth best, and he redshirted this year. James Harden is the sixth best, so wherever you want to put Damian Lillard is fine. Hard to leapfrog those names I just gave you, and let's not do it based on every 2 weeks and how they perform.
Marcellus, let me tell you what I hate, bro. I hate when people make outlandish statements like this, because now they force us to speak facts, and fans can misinterpret facts for trying to undermine Dame. Greatness. Last 8 games, phenomenal. One of the best 8-game stretches we've seen in a mighty long time. But when Dame pulls up from the logo, let's remember, the only reason Dame is even allowed to think about pulling up from the logo is because Steph Curry made that the norm. Steph ain't retired. Steph's still in the league.
Hello.
Like Marcellus said, he just took that redshirt year. But I can't stand recency bias, bruh. Carmelo Anthony had the audacity to come out about Dame and say, yo, he's the top for me. I've never played with someone who's lifted a team on the court like that. I said, Melo, bruh.
Beast.
2012 Olympics. You played with LeBron. You played with Kobe. What are we talking about, bruh? Like, I just need people to get back into reality. Dame is a beast. If you want to say that Dame has the most heart of anybody in the NBA, say that. If you want to say that Dame is the best 6-foot scorer in the NBA, say that. Say whatever you want to say within reason. But as soon as you say Dame is the best player in the NBA, now you make us have to remind you all of the facts.
Yeah, quick backstory information. So Stephon Marbury is anti-LeBron. So this is his backhanded way of taking a shot at LeBron James and suggesting that Lillard deserves this. But the question, and I'm not going to let Stephon hijack this, because the question is Damian Lillard getting too much hype for the Blazers run? And the answer is no, he is not. Best player? No, he's not, because he doesn't affect the game at both ends. Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, they're all better two-way players than he is. Now, this is what makes him different, and this is what makes him very comparable to Steph Curry, because Steph has the same issue. He can't impact the game at the defensive end. He's, in many cases, a liability. But there are no two better leaders, and with Steph out of the picture, there is no better leader in sports than Damian Lillard right now, because there is no one, and this includes Kawhi, LeBron, Giannis. There is nobody who is better at combining his ability to get his and to allow his teammates to excel. Nobody does it more seamlessly than he does, because if you look at this Blazers team and what they have done and how they've played, name the other all-star on that team. Name the other proven star on that team. It's not there. And Damian himself, he's a superstar because of his leadership, because his ability to get the most around him, not necessarily strictly on his individual game. And the only reason the Blazers are where they are is because collectively what they've done, what they got out of Melo, what they got out of Nurk, what they got out of CJ McCollum. It's been the Damian Lillard show at the end of games, but the reason they are where they are is because they've had a lot of contribution.
I wanted to just highlight that consistent excellence. And you just added another name when you said Giannis, the MVP, back-to-back MVPs should be. That's 7 names that it's hard for Lillard to even leapfrog. But I always talk about consistent excellence because even when you're talking about the top 10 guys, you're splitting hairs in terms of their greatness because they're all great. They're all black belts. But I remember being a beneficiary of this kind of Stephon Marbury caught up in recency bias. My first 2 years starting in the NFL, I went out there and I hit him in the head. I was out there beasting. And I used to hear conversations of how great I was going to become. I never internalized it. I was just like, look, I know if I keep playing like this and I stay healthy, things will turn out just fine. You know, I told you before, Acho, I was the 38th best player in the NFL, you know what I'm saying? Then next year, 44. I mean, top 52 times. And then what had happened was not another time ever. The only reason I bring this up, J.J. Watt, first 5 years in the league, historical numbers, last 4 years in the league. And can you stay healthy, big dog, please? The point of this is let's not get caught up in just right now. The body of work matters most when you're talking about these discussions.
Hear my thing, Stephon Marbury, I respect you because you sold your shoes for the cheap at Payless and your boy needed some Starberries back in the Gap. But my dog, you tripping with that one.